going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. If you guys were around in 2006, you remember that was quite a different time, both in the world and in sneakers. Young Dro was making everybody's shoulder lean, Nelly was showing everybody his grill, and the franchise boys wanted everybody to lean with it and rock with it. But while Rich Boy was throwing some D's on it, Bow Wow was talking about a shorty like mine, and Beyonce was telling us that we were irreplaceable, Jordan Brand was coming out with some iconic sneakers that to this day are still considered a lot of people's grails. However, there was one sneaker that seemed to kind of fly underneath the radar. It was overshadowed by so many other amazing sneakers that were coming out. This one seemed to be more of a hidden gem, but that sneaker has been revived for 2021 in a somewhat inverted way. Without further ado, let's take a look at the shoe. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2021 Air Jordan Stealth 2.0. We've been doing a lot of sneakers right now that really take us back to the earlier years. The Jordan Brand has been really bringing some things out of the vault and in a lot of ways updating some sneakers from the vault. And this one is no exception. First things first, right off the bat, this was one of those sneakers where honestly, the only people that were really buying these back in 2006 were the people that were really collecting sneakers, had a little extra money, were cashing in those refund checks from college like I was, and were just kind of blowing money at that point. This really wasn't a sneaker that a lot of people absolutely had to have back in the day. These were a sneaker that if you saw somebody rocking them, chances are they had a lot of Jordans in their collection, and this was just another one that they threw in with a whole bunch of other kicks that they had. Let's take a little deeper look because there are some things to really appreciate about these, and again, as I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of things that are a little bit different this time around. All right, guys, starting with the upper of the shoe, you guys are going to notice it's a clean but pretty simple and plain looking sneaker. You got an all white upper here, but I will say that the leather on these is very nice. You get a nice soft tumbled leather. It does look a different consistency around the collar of the sneaker than down the eyelets and the quarter panels and into the toe box of the sneaker, but nonetheless very soft. As a matter of fact, this leather might very well be what saves this shoe and adds a little bit of hype on it. The quality is nice. Everything else from the lateral and medial side is pretty much the same as far as the build. Now the shape of the shoe, a lot of people have mentioned it is a little closer to kind of that OG-ish kind of shape there. So some people have recommended going a half a size down. I would recommend the same because I don't know about you, but fives tend to look a little bit long on my foot depending on the shape of them. Now let's get down to a couple of things that are a little bit different about the shoe. The first thing that you're going to notice is that the hints of blue that we'll take a look at a little bit more in depth is not the same blue. In 2006, the color was a sport royal, and in 2021, the color is hyper royal. Now you guys may remember that hyper royal colorway from those OG 14s that came out not that long ago. They actually took the classic color blocking of my Grail sneaker, which was the Columbia blue, and they changed those blue accents into this hyper royal color. So I'm guessing that Jordan Brand is really doubling down on this darker hue of blue, this hyper royal. Now, in addition to them kind of changing up the color palettes just a little bit, they do mention stealth gray once again on this shoe on the midsole here. However, this gray does look a little bit different from the gray on the 2006 version. Maybe it's due to age, maybe they really did use a different shade, but nonetheless, you still are going to get the stealth gray going from the lateral side all the way around to the medial side on the midsole. Now let's talk about the shark teeth here. On the 2006 version, you had blue shark teeth here, that sport royal. On this one, you actually have black shark teeth, but with a hyper royal splatter inside of the shark teeth. Personally, I like it. Taking the top down, look at the shoe here, pretty much the same as the 2006 version. Again, the leather, really nice, soft, tumbled leather. You can really feel it in the toe box here. Plain white laces, no extras here. On the Dubray here, again, clear Dubray with that hyper royal Jordan emblem hardware inside of it. Again, it's got the little Jumpman even on the side of the Dubray as well. All 3M silver metallic tongue on these as well. It's not really a Jordan 5 in my opinion, unless it has that full 3M tongue. The Jumpman, yet again, is that nice stitched hyper royal as well. However, on the back of the tongue, this time around for 2021, we don't get blue fabric on the back of the tongue. This time it's inverted into black. You may even notice that the Air Jordan tag on the back of the tongue is a little bit different as well. This time it's stealth gray, but it also has that hyper royal Air Jordan writing on it. But again, the lining of the sneaker, it's still blue, even if it's a different shade, similar to the 2006 version. Moving around to the heel of the shoe, if you'll notice course, on the 2021 version, we have a stitched black Jumpman, but on the 2006 version, that was a stitched Sport Royal Jumpman. So just a small difference there as well. On the outsole of the sneaker, you guys may notice this time you got kind of this icy bluish translucent outsole. Again, on the 2006 version, it was a clear outsole. So if you still got your pair, chances are these have gone completely yellow at this point. But again, another little difference here around the tip of the foot on the outsole. This time it's Hyper Royal. On the 2006 version, all white right here. And on the insole of the sneaker, this time it's also inverted as well. The 2006 version had a white insole with a Sport Royal Jumpman. This time you get a Hyper Royal insole with a white Jumpman on the heel. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the 2021 Stealth 5s. These are, again, like I mentioned, a pretty simple Jordan here. It's a pretty simple concept, very, very easy colorway, but unfortunately, yet again, it might be an easy one to miss as well. I'll take you on a little stroll down 2006 real quick, because if you're 16 years old watching this video, you were one the last time this sneaker came out back in 2006. And chances are, I don't know how good your memory is, but you may not really remember what all was dropping in 2006. As I mentioned, that year was an incredible year for Jordan Brand. Some really amazing pairs of sneakers came out. The signature model for the year was the Jordan 21, but around the Jordan 21, we saw some incredible shoes that came out. Sneakers like the Air Jordan 4 Thunder and Lightning Pack, sneakers like the Cardinal 7s and the Black Cat 4s and the Candy Cane 14s, and even in Jordan 5 land, we saw the Green Bean 5s. We also saw the Fire Red Jordan 4s with the little Mars Blackman face on the lateral heel. We also saw one of my personal favorites, the Military Blue Jordan 4s. So as I mentioned, for 2006, with all that heat dropping, when these finally dropped around October, I believe the official release date was October the 21st of 2006, again, these were shelf sitters. People weren't really copping these. They weren't really checking for them at that point, and it was just a nice to have, but you didn't absolutely have to have it. Now let's fast forward to 2021. The question is, are these going to do any better? Does anybody really care about the Stealth 5s in 2021? Honestly, I think that pretty much the same amount of people that cared about the Stealth 5s in 2006 are probably going to care about the Stealth 5s in 2021. Now, that might differ a little bit just because of the Last Dance effect. That's pretty much what I'm calling this inflation in every Air Jordan, especially in retros that's happening right now, where a pair of Air Jordan 1 KOs used to sit in the clearance aisle for $40, but now they're worth about $500 on StockX. The Last Dance effect. So between that and the really nice materials on this sneaker, I do think that you're going to see a fair amount of people interested in this sneaker. But do I think this sneaker is going to sell out everywhere? No. And if I'm wrong, I want you guys to sound off down below and let me know, dude, this video did not age very well. It's forgettable. There's a lot of sneakers that are dropping right now, and even though a lot of people got their stimmies and taxes these days, I don't know if the money is going to be going towards this sneaker. I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys, because that's what we do on this channel, is keep it a buck. A lot of the videos that you're seeing on this sneaker right now is pretty much because a lot of people either got a pair that they're borrowing from a store that they know, or because, like myself, they caught an early pair from End overseas. And hopefully you guys are one of those ones that caught a pair from End overseas. But if nobody was able to get their hands on these until after the drop on March the 27th, I promise you, you would see a lot less videos about this sneaker, just because it really doesn't carry that much hype. But that is to say that this is a really, really nice sneaker, and I definitely think that this sneaker is worth the pickup, even at the $190 price tag. But you might have a shot if you're some obscure size, maybe like a 14, or maybe some sizes that don't immediately sell out or aren't the most sought after sizes. You might have a shot at getting these maybe a little bit under retail if you can find it at the right website. Now, on the Sneakers app, everything is selling out these days. So I'm not talking about the Sneakers app, but for all you resellers out there, once again, this is the reseller portion of the video, I wouldn't bet the farm on the Stealth 5 2021. So I think that there's a lot of other sneakers that are dropping that are going to take the place of the Stealth 5 2021. Leave these for the people that really either had an 06 pair and they want to replace those, or they really like this kind of new inverted version of the shoe and think that it's pretty clean and want to check them out. Jordan Brand has been moving in a very interesting direction with taking some iconic colorways and kind of flipping them. You've seen the Shattered Backboard 2.0s. Those did incredible numbers, and those were very, very popular, more popular than I even thought they were going to be. And we've also seen some early images of the OG Shadow 2.0s that are getting ready to come out as well, that did a little bit of inverting of the colors and a little bit of playing with the color blocking as well. I think that sneaker is going to be very popular, much more popular than this new kind of inverted version of the Stealth 5s. But again, those were already extremely popular colorways, the Shattered Backboard and the OG Shadow Jordan 1 highs. So even if you're playing around around with the colors a little bit, for a lot of people, it's still going to feel like they at least got a piece of that original sneaker, which is going to drive the hype up. But for a sneaker like the Stealth 5, that was kind of the little brother or the play cousin of a lot of other iconic sneakers that dropped in 2006, I fear that this one may end up getting the same treatment in 2021. Prove me wrong though. I'd like to see this sneaker sell out, and I'd really like to see a lot of people rock them on foot because, like I mentioned, good materials, nice colorway, really clean, dope for the springtime. It's a solid pickup. But enough about me talking about the sneaker. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the 2021 Air Jordan 5 Stealth Gray. Are these ones that you guys are looking to add to your collection, or are these going to be a hard pass for you? Sound off down below. Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family, to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 5 Stealth Gray 2.0 for 2021. And until next time, I'm out.